Welcome to Chronic Combat Conversations, a live look at our best bets, picks, and predictions for Dana White's Contender Series with your hosts, TB Scouting MMA and
The Guru back again for week 2 of Dana White's Contender Series, main evented by Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady, your Fury FC lightweight champion, taking on George Hardwick, your Cage Warriors lightweight champion. I mean, a fight that really could have taken place at the UFC level, but we get it on a Tuesday freaking night, man. Love that.
love that for us. We got a high level matchup. Yeah, it brings into the question like, is George Hardwick the level of guy that we normally just see, cut the line of Contender Series and sign to the UFC? So at least on Tuesday night, we know we're getting a high level matchup especially when you look at the grappling of Alsawadi. But before we get to the main event for Contender Series, we be starting at the bottom. Here we go. So to kick off the card on Tuesday night, we got Cameron Smotherman, the babyface killer, versus Charalampos Grigoriou, the ferocious. Pretty good nicknames. And
Pretty sure you definitely put Ferocious in the wrong spot. Nobody has their name.
Charalampos the ferocious, or is it the ferocious Charalampos Grigoriou?
I feel like it's probably that. But
Yeah,
I mean, at least it's in the middle. The last place it is at the end.
that's fair. And probably the same goes for Cameron's nickname.
Yeah, I mean, but at least it. Yeah, no, you're right.
I guess it kind of worked. But anyways, all right. So here we go. We got the matchup here between Smotherman and Gregorio. And I think one of the first things to look at, checking out where they're training out of. I see Smotherman work. I mean, he was fighting in Fury FC on the regional scene down in Texas, training out of camp with Adrian Yanez as in his corner. Then Charalampos Grigoriou, you check out what he's got going on. He's training down at Longo Weidman MMA, getting his reps in. And yeah, I think he definitely has shown some of that Longo Weidman wrestling, grappling ability, and even a little patient striking to go along with it. So we got Gregorio coming in as right now the line is going to be plus 145 and Cameron Smotherman at minus 190. Line opened a bit wider. And yeah, I happened to jump in on some plus 175 on Charalampos Grigoriou. I think he's going to be the better wrestler here. I haven't liked what I've seen from Smotherman on bottom. And I don't think Smotherman has as much one-shot knockout power as some of the guys that would threaten Grigoriou in the future. So I'm going to go with the underdog here, take the shot. And especially at face-offs, I see Gregorio kind of looks like the more mature, grown-out body, 31 years old, whereas Smotherman, I mean, he's a younger dude. He's like 24, 25, something like that. So hell yeah, I'm going with the underdog here out of Longo Weidman MMA, training with Marab, training with some of these guys. So I got Gregorio. And what up, Cody? Blood Money MMA bets, one of the sharpest dudes in the game. Make sure you guys are following him. And Guru, what do you got for this one, baby?
Man, what a crazy fight. I believe I saw Marcel tweet it. This fight really could have and again should have been maybe even on like a UFC Paris card. You've got high level guys here. You've got a guy in Cameron Smotherman who has grown up inside the Fury FC cage, Fury FC out of Texas. One of the higher level regional promotions that you're going to see, especially we're going to talk about a lot of regional promotions on our Dana White Contender Series shows. Fury FC, one of the higher level ones, absolutely. Gregorio is another guy that honestly comes from a fairly high level background as well. 6 of his fights out of CFFC, which is again very, very high level over here on the Northeast. And then you've got another. He's also got another fight in Combat FC, which is another up and coming, very promising league that's associated with Fight Pass. So they're doing pretty well there. Gregorio, like you said, man, is gonna have the ability to, at least the willingness to mix up the wrestling. And you hear somebody like Cameron Smotherman saying in his interviews, like he hates going to the ground. Like he does, that's not where he wants to be. He wants to sit and strike with you. So if Gregorio really gives him that, like where it's just a straight up kickboxing fight, I do actually, I think he might struggle. Cameron Smotherman should be the bigger guy, and he should have a reach advantage. He's very long and lanky individual. That being said, you highlighted on some of the interesting things there, TB. Cameron Smotherman, the babyface killer, right? He's a young kid. Has only fought inside basically one promotion his entire career, including amateurs. And Gregorio is a guy a little bit older. Not necessarily like a small fish in a big pond, right? Like you're saying, training at Longo Weidman MMA over there. Like that's a really, really good camp. So
Definitely not the best guy in the gym there.
no, definitely not. And we're gonna see something interesting out of here from Cameron, who's got really what you've seen. If he catches you and you're not looking, I mean, he really does have the one punch power to put you down. Solid combinations, willing to work the body. It's just I saw really good feints from Gregorio, and he's just got this like relaxed but aggressive style to him. Um, he swings really heavy because he doesn't seem to be afraid to go to the ground at all. And I think there's gonna be there might be some dang violence in this fight, but both guys really haven't been. I mean, the Cameron Smotherman, if you saw it, did you see his one finish loss on in his career, TB, on Fury FC? There, he got knocked out in 13 seconds. You're muted, by the way, but I believe you probably didn't see it.
Definitely not ideal.
Yeah, no, he gets flatlined with a straight left. Just he doesn't really see it, and then he stands right up right away. But then he gets clipped again, and he literally face plants. The floor kind of wakes him up, and he's like immediately conscious and ready to keep fighting. But the fight was already stopped. Could be problematic here, but at the same time, and you watch him put out these guys, Peter Caballero and Adam Martinez, right? I mean, the guys just didn't look very high level at all, though. Especially Adam Martinez looked in the wrong weight class. So I'm very excited to see this fight, high level. Dude, your dog price, tasty. Plus 135, you said is still the option. I might get there. I'd hate to see more line movement slip away, but tell the folks what you got there, TB. You deserve to take a little victory lap on that.
I picked up some plus 175 after doing some tape. I thought it was worth it, and a little Instagram capping. I thought, Gregorio was coming in looking pretty spicy. I mean, I like Cody's saying, the dog sounds good, man. So hell yeah, that's what I'm playing. That's what I'm picking, and I think we start off the night with some violence in the dog direction. So, any last words on this fight, Guru?
Just that, like, literally, plus 172 is a 36% implied probability. Plus 135 is a 42% implied probability. I mean, that's so significant, especially when the margins are so small. So I'm happy for you, man. But gonna be a crazy fight. Taking the dog.
Yep. All right. Well, here we go. Moving right along. We got our next matchup. It's going to be Paulo Renato Jr. Versus Ibo Aslan. We saw Honato Jr. last time, on like the big stage, was facing Jamal Pogues at heavyweight.
Dana White Contender Series last year.
Contender Series. So, I mean, you
Jamal
want to talk
Pogues
about
was like a minus 300, 350 favorite in that fight. So,
and it was gross. The fight was just kind of gross overall.
Yeah, it was bad.
And like Honato does not belong at heavyweight either.
Which is why you don't see him at heavyweight at this fight. This is a fight at light heavyweight.
Exactly. So, but Ibo Aslan, I mean, I feel like when you look at him, like he actually kind of fits the bill as like, a guy that could kind of fake it up at heavyweight. So, I mean, Ibo Aslan also, I think he's a little bit more dangerous in the stand up. I think he's got a few more ways to win this matchup, but he's a clearly bigger guy in better shape. Paulo Renato Jr. should probably be cutting down to at least 185. He's had pro fights as low as 170. I'm sure it was back in like 2016, 27, but he took like all this time off, comes back like a year or two ago, and he's up at heavyweight. It's like, I don't know, something's just not quite adding up for me on the Honato side. And even though both of them have faced some of the worst competition I've ever seen, at least Aslan's kind of like, I would say he looked a little bit more impressive in the shitty competition he faced, whereas like Honato Jr. is kind of like it took a little bit longer in some of these fights than I would have liked to see. So I'm going with the favorite here, Ibo Aslan. He's at minus 165. Yeah, I mean, on DraftKings right now, the dude's minus 130, so I definitely take some of that.
Yeah, minus 130 on Ibo Aslan. I think he's the much better athlete. He is just more athletic. He bounces on his feet. He likes to be at kickboxing range. He's got decent feints and heavy hands. He likes to stalk and come forward. Um, Honato Jr. is somebody that also, has got a high output of calf kicks. You saw that a lot against Jamal Pogues. Landed like 30 of them. So that could be interesting. But he's also was, easily able to get out grappled and pushed against the cage. Suspect sort of pace from him in terms of that. Where is your sense of urgency? And then you look at how he's won. I mean, both guys. I mean, this is the type of sketchy competition that we're talking about when we talk about sketchy competition. I mean, this is like I don't know how else to say it, as sketchy as it gets. The last three guys that they've fought, I mean, forgetting Jamal Pogues, right? 6-5, 20-25, 6-14. And then for and for Islam, it's the same idea. It's just really, really low level. Um, so just not what you want to see per se, and risk a lot of hard-earned money on. But I am gonna go with the better athlete here at nearly pick'em odds. So I like Ebo here to get it done. I think that's fair. I don't really have a particular method. I think that it's a good chance it could just be a slot fight, especially when you see these guys that just
Mm.
are that need round one finishes.
You
Ebo
know,
has Ebo has at least 7 round one finishes, and Honato Jr. has at least 4 of them.
right, but Ibo, when you watch his only loss and it's against Anton Turkali, I mean, the dude is winning round one. He's winning the first 2 minutes of round two, and then he's just on death's doorstep as far as cardio and stamina goes. He gets like bonked a little bit, and next thing you know, he's just being absolutely submitted rear naked choke,
Right. Well,
like
that's
giving up
not good.
badly.
So
So
basically, you
not
got to
good.
take
So it's
Ebo and
Ebo
under.
round one or nothing. It's like that's
Right.
it.
Okay. Well, that is what I like to hear, because both guys have faced. We've said Jamal Pogues' name a bunch of times. Thank you for bringing up Turkali. Both guys have faced UFC level competition already, but these guys in Turkali and Pogues are basically some of the lower level of the divisions that they're in, and they lost to this competition. So, we kind of have a relative idea with what skill sets we're looking at here. Is that a fair statement, TB?
Yeah, very fair. I mean, Renato also has a loss by submission. So, um, yeah, overall, I mean, either guy's liable to get finished by the other, but I lean towards Evo being the bigger guy, more athletic, and a little bit more impressive in his finishing ability.
Let's get
Our
after it.
our next fight, we got the Hurricane Hyder Amil versus Emrah the Anatolian Wolf Sonmez. These guys have got some pretty solid nicknames on contenders, I gotta say.
Yeah, they're really
And
killing it.
Hyder training out of El Nino Training Center. Shout out if you get the El Nino references. And then Great Britain top team, Emrah Sonmez. And, it's very, very British of Emrah Sonmez, but the dude is legit going out there. And I mean, his one good skill is like his offensive wrestling, but he's a little explosive on the feet at times. But realistically, if you can get your offensive wrestling game going against him or like push the pace on the feet, I mean, I think you're going to be fine. And Hyder Amil kind of covers all those bases. So right now, I mean, the line Amil I got on DraftKings is a minus 175, plus 135 on Emra. I'm going to take the favor here. That's, yeah, it just seems like the right thing to do. And I want to say shout out Daz Files in the chat, always joining the boys on the air, one of the biggest supporters of the MMA community. And just want to say thanks to everyone watching live. Hope you give a like, please. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Guru, what do you got on this fight?
Yeah, so somebody like Hyder Amil, or Amil, we'll just go with Amil, is somebody that he's such a high pace. He loves to march forward. He does stand straight up. He's got this just really true relentless pressure that I think is really gonna break somebody like Emrah, who um really kind of just needs to get his grappling going. He doesn't have great striking. He doesn't have great cardio. And if he can't get the grappling going, he gets finished. Like he's been finished twice. And it's it's somebody when you're breaking after 7 minutes on the regionals, it's just not a good look. And somebody like Hyder Amil, we've seen him. His big problem is he's got some suspect defensive grappling, which of course would be Emrah's bread and butter. But the thing is that yeah, sure, Emil gets taken down, but he eventually works back to the feet, and then he comes and crushes you. And that's the exact problem for somebody like Sonmez, who if he doesn't break you immediately on the ground, he's cooked. And I expect Emrah first off, Emrah missed weight today, everybody. So he looked horrible on the scales, and he was the first fighter this season to miss weight. So he missed weight and looked bad. And now you've got somebody like Hyder, who is a favorite for a reason and is going to come out and put a very high pace, high pressure on him, has 5 finishes, 4 of them by round 2 KO. So I don't know. Do I take the crazy dart throw on that? Is a thought of mine, because I when you see guys with tendencies, I really do think that it really plays out that way.
Yeah, I totally get it, and I think Hyder Amil, I think, is even safe enough for me to make one leg of a little 2-leg parlay that I'm feeling, as good as you can for a Contender Series about.
Oh baby, talk dirty to me.
Oh yeah,
A
I'm not gonna.
parlay. Oh baby,
don't worry. I'm not gonna hide her. I'm gonna show her to the whole world.
Oh,
you like that? Okay.
Is that your girls' tour, or is that a world tour? Your girls' tour? Damn, we're old.
Oh my god! All right, so here we go. We got
Let's be quick.
Eduarda Moura, Eduarda Moura, I guess, versus Janaína Silva. Let's fucking go.
Listen, you're on the show just because of your ability to read Spanish nicknames like that.
Let's go. Quite frankly, at work, completely stepped up in a Spanish translating opportunity.
Oh, they probably love you for that.
Oh my god, they love me. Anyways, so Eduarda Moura, man. Let me just put it this way. I couldn't find any fucking tape, but I watched the face-off today, and Eduarda Moura looks like someone that's been actively training for an MMA contest, and Jana Popazinha looks like she's been popping that pizza, if you know what I mean. Just
no, explain it to me. We don't know what you mean. What does popping pizza mean?
She did not look in the best of shape.
She's training for a donut eating contest, is what you're
pizza.
Trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. So I take Eduarda Moura. I mean, she's the bigger fighter, 5-inch height advantage. She's got a 4-inch reach advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, unless so Jana Popazinha is gonna make a move here and like find a finish on the feet, which I don't envision that happening. That's the leg 2 of the degenerate parlay. I got -166 Eduarda Moura parlay to you can't hide her Amil. And at -175, you get plus money on that. You might as well.
Yeah, it seems to make sense to me. Mora is the younger fighter. She's, like you said, has all the physical advantages. That being said, it seems, I don't know, and it was so weird that why we couldn't find the LFA tape, the one fight, even though LFA is a league that we really should be able to have access to. I couldn't find it. And yeah, Popazinha, right? Like when you think about physical advantages in a female fight, it just kind of just seems really, really important. Popazinha. Like that.
that was good. I wasn't expecting you to pull it up.
I mean, you said it a couple times. I felt like I heard it pretty good. So
fair enough.
I'm nothing if not a parrot.
It's like Players.
They both fought on Thunder Fight, which is a decent promotion out of Brazil. So they both fought on that promotion before. Shout out to Zach on Twitter, my buddy over there. I have 4 ounces to freedom. Make sure you check out his pod. He said when you get Brazilian fighters, chicks at this level, it's just really just not going to be that exciting. And I kind of have that feeling as well. So I kind of like Eduarda by like a boring ass decision or something. So let's take it.
Hell yeah.
Betting a girl named Ed. Yeah, that's fair. I don't blame you.
Against a girl.
She's yoked. Did you have that picture, bro?
Do
you have the pictures of them? Pull that shit up. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I will. Hold on. I'll get there. All right.
Let's look at everybody real quick, honestly, before we get to the main event, if you have that. Or is it just them?
I mean, I just only
You could pull up Alex Bahunin. Shout out to Alex. He has him up.
Jeez. So
Uncle June.
Uncle June MMA. You gotta love it. This is on the TV spot, I think. Let's see. So yeah, I think ultimately when you end up seeing this face off, you're gonna be like, geez, yeah, I could totally understand. And I think, yeah, big time. I mean, I wasn't prepared to show this. You're asking me for something I wasn't ready for. You want to kick us off on the next fight?
And there's Zach. Zach likes MMA, so make sure you guys are following Zach.
Yeah, he just posted Guru Scouting MMA called me his buddy, and he can't take it back.
It's true. I can't take it back, and I won't, buddy. You're a good guy.
Oh yeah,
we'll get together. I really wish I was coming out to Philly and for the September CFFC stuff, but goddamn bills.
I mean,
she's bigger than Sean Shelby.
I mean, this is what you come to Chronic Combat Conversations for. I mean, my God.
That looks like
all right, hold on.
That's crazy.
And then
go to the next picture.
Dog, it's like, what was she
look how mad she is. Look at her face. She's like, what the fuck is this?
He's like, what did I sign up for? She thought she was signing up for the Nathan's hot dog eating contest. She's basically
she thought she was fighting Joey Chestnut.
Jesus Christ. All right, before.
Oh my God. Right. Totally off the rails.
Please like and subscribe to the channel for all of this amazing, fluffy content.
Amazing.
So hey, shout out Zach, 4 Ounce of Freedom. Make sure you guys are following the pod over there. It's like Gabby Garcia got in shape, man.
Jesus.
So here we go. We got Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady, the pride of Palestine, versus George Hardwick, Harry's brother. Maybe he's the better brother. Is this like a Bonfim situation where he's the better Bonfim?
What was your joke?
I don't know. George Hardwick's got a brother, Harry.
Does
who
he?
I think is the lesser fighter, yeah. So anyways, Georgie. Yeah, so George, 12-1 here, coming in as the -350 favorite versus the +240 dog, Abdul-Kareem Al-Selwady. I think if there's one path to victory for Al-Selwady, it's the wrestling. Obviously, he's got that in his back pocket. There did seem to be a bit of a height differential at the face-off, but not quite like a Bogdan Grad and situation from last week.
That's bad.
Yeah, that was bad. But Al-Selwady has been knocked out like three different times in round one. So if anything, it's a Hardwick by round one knockout. And you could take like an Al-Selwady by decision if you want to get psycho.
The line is way too wide, right? What's the money lines on these guys? It's
it was -360. I mean, come on.
Yeah, -360 George Hardwick, +260 Al-Selwady. Especially when Hardwick when he gives up his hips so easily and he leaves the body exposed with a high guard. Like when you're fighting like this, bro, like you're gonna get taken down, and that's his big problem. And that in England they don't have the wrestling, the pride of Palestine. If he's got one chance here, he's got to get wrestling and get wrestling early and get wrestling often and just hold this fucking guy down. He's got good top control. He's willing to get into the clinch. He uses the outside leg trip to the body lock takedown. He's got good timing on his takedowns. That's really it. His striking is fairly green. It's just not great. I would say his big issues, right? Striking defense. He's got chin issues. He is grappling dependent. This guy shucks off 2 of his takedowns, or he stands up after a few minutes, and it's over. It's over. Hardwick will pick him apart. Hardwick is very much, really very much on the cusp of being UFC caliber, which is why he's here fighting Dana White Contender Series. But again, guys that a lot of people feel that really should have just gotten the go right from the jump. And again, Alsawadi, a guy that really just from everything that I saw, just absolutely needs to get his grappling going. And there's really listen, his losses are against not anybody that we know, but Brave CF has had like I feel like kind of like that outlier of like random really good talent. Hamza Chimaev, like people like really good come from there. So maybe dog shot, but like you said, Hardwick like with the round 1, round 2 KO prop. I kind of like that. But yeah, maybe even a little sprinkle on the dog. But
listen, you came to the show. I
to
gave
hear
you
some props, it's all degenerates.
a
It's all degeneracy. If you like, we really got to be honest here. Like, and
so,
then again, full transparent. My picks, who I thought would win last week, I went like 1-4 on Contender Series. It was not great, but we're back at it. We hope you're listening, and we hope you like it. Yeah, Daz has got Hardwick sub plus 500. Not a terrible bet, of course. When Hardwick has 3 submission wins himself. So
yep.
he's totally willing to get that going.
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, this fight just feels like it probably doesn't go
Violence.
the
Feels like
distance.
violence, yeah.
Yeah. But of course, we don't have any lines on that anywhere yet. So
Nowhere.
at least on our books, Daz has got some props hiding out somewhere. But most importantly, if you guys really hope you guys throw a like here, please. It helps out so much recommending the content to other people. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We do this on the weekly. UFC breakdowns on Wednesdays, now doing our Contender Series breakdowns on Mondays. Make sure you guys leave a comment what your best bet is once this video is done going live. And just, to help out here, my favorite plays for this Dana White Contender Series tomorrow night, I had Charalampos Grigoriou at plus 175. You can still take him at plus 145. I think it's still good value. Then Hyder Amil at minus 175. Go ahead, parlay him to Eduarda Moura at minus 166. That'll get you a plus 150. Yeah, and then aside from that, maybe you look for a violence parlay in the Ibo Aslan and George Hardwick fights. You could do a little violence parlay there. So there you go. You got bets for all 5 fights now. Please, if nothing else, just throw a like on the video. It's the least you could do. It's free. We appreciate you all. And Guru, you got any final words to take us away here?
Hell no, dude. You fucking killed it. We'll see you Wednesday. Done.